Oh my gosh, it's happening?
You're live. Hey, it's us. We're over here because that camera isn't working. Brooke, if you can work on getting that camera up and running, try powering the thing on and off.
Oh, so we're talking
We're over here.
Hello.
I'm too tall. Hi, it's me, a guy who's too tall.
We're doing it. Look how close we are.
We're 15 away. We're 15 away. Okay, this has been accelerating all day. Like, of course, I've been watching this like a hawk because I am a deeply flawed person and I need your love and appreciation.
Also, we've worked really hard for this. Could be that.
Yeah, whatever. Anyway, but it's just been accelerating. Like, we were planning on about 8 o'clock here in Mountain Time to start. And in the last hour and a half, I've just been like panicked, texting everyone, calling people, like, get here now, please! Ah!
So here's the question. Who's watching right now that isn't subscribed?
Well, there's a bunch of people who are going to try to be the millionth subscriber.
Yep.
Like, we're going to get to $9.99.
What? No.
And then it's going to shoot. Oh no, it's going down!
Did someone just unsubscribe?
2 in a row.
Why are you unsubscribing? No! It's because we went live. No one likes us when we're live.
No. We need to be heavily edited to come off well.
They're unsubscribing and racist subscribing because they want to be the...
Oh,
There they
geez,
go,
no,
there they go. Oh my gosh,
geez,
whoa.
what?
Come on, keep going, keep going.
It is, Jono. What the? Go! Are you kidding me?
Go! One!
Oh no! What are you talking about? How?
Who does this? You're sick!
This is the greatest thing that's ever happened to me.
We were 1 away from 1,000,000 and we start going down. Hey,
We're still going down.
Whoa!
Oh, no. Now what?
Go! Get in here, David. Get in here, Sophie. Everyone get in here.
Come here. It's time for hugs. You have to stand and you have to hug me. I'm sorry. Sophie's not a hugger.
But this qualifies. Get in here, Heidi.
It's
Everybody in.
Everybody in.
Oh my gosh. Bobby's just touching.
All right.
God, it's going like...
It's like Coachella.
Oh my gosh.
Exactly what Coachella is, John.
This is exactly what Coachella is.
This is your special moment.
Oh my gosh, you guys, now it's like... Oh, yeah.
Hi, Gandalf.
Someone chided me in one of our recent episodes for Gandalf walked up and I just looked at him. And I didn't pet him, and they're like, Jonathan,
How could you?
how could you not? I'm like, the thing is, he sleeps on my feet all day when we film.
Are we
So,
back up on ACAM? Hey, awesome.
okay, that just happened.
And we shot way past it.
As long as people don't
That's so
don't
weird.
unsubscribe anymore. We've got, this one's on. Are we talking to this one?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
We can come, let's have a seat real quick. Grab your
Your Mexican Coke?
Mexican Coke. The most delicious Coke that there is.
It's very true. Oh, okay.
All right.
Well done, sir.
2 years and 4 months? 3 months? What, April, May,
April,
June,
yeah.
July? 2 years and 4 months.
Yeah, not bad. Thanks to you fine folks.
We get to take no credit for this. This is all you. I believe we have a bunch of, do we have questions that we're supposed to answer?
Yeah, we
Are there
have-
questions in the live chat?
Yeah, so...
We have some stuff.
One thing people have been asking is your favorite... Oh, hi. I don't need to be on camera. That's for them. Your favorite movies and why. Like, what is your favorite movie and why is it your favorite?
ACAM just unplugged.
Ooh, my bad.
Is it back on, or do we go talk to the other camera? Okay, here we go.
I don't understand what is
Is this one
happening
on
with
though?
this.
Yeah, it's on.
All right, well, hello.
All right, we're gonna change the tilt on this just slightly. Go ahead and start talking, Jonathan.
Favorite movie? I just got a new one. For a long time, 3:10 to Yuma was sitting on top, which is an obscure choice, Christian Bale, Russell Crowe Western remake, but just really speaks to me. The morality of it is really, really fascinating, and it doesn't bash you over the head with it.
It's a good film.
It's a good film, and it took me like 2 or 3 viewings to settle on. I think this is my favorite movie because it's very subtle in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
But then we just watched Everything Everywhere All at Once.
You hadn't seen it. I made you.
Yeah, and then I watched it and I'm like, well, I need to watch that one more time to make sure.
To me, you would love it. I didn't know how much you would love it. Frankly, I feel like I've been cheated on a little bit. I don't know why.
I was gonna say.
I just feel that way.
I stepped out on him with another movie.
At least not with another movie wife.
Everything Everywhere All at Once has literally everything I would want in a film. Thematically, it's got couples drama and reconciliation. It's got family drama and reconciliation. It's got existential crisis, and then it's got ass kicking.
It's got kung fu.
Yeah.
It's got
Really
just extremely weird, like
the humor's so weird, and I'm here.
super off the wall humor.
Rakakui, like I am. Rakakuni. Yeah, I'm so here for it.
Yeah.
So yeah, Everything Everywhere All at Once. Most influential film for me would be 1978 Superman with Christopher Reeves.
Yep.
We will do an episode on that at some point.
Yes.
Jono, we're having some issues with your
Your
mic.
mic is distorting like insanely, even though it's not peaking. So
Weird.
Distorting how?
It's just like shotgun. Because we should be loud
Also,
enough.
you guys
Oh,
said it came too fast. We weren't
1Million.
expecting it to happen that quickly.
We really weren't. That was
7:04
That is-
p.m. by the way.
7:04 p.m.
7:04.
Awesome.
Okay.
Super awkward picture of you.
Perfect. I love.
Everything Everywhere All at Once and Superman.
Yep. For me, favorite film of all time is the Lord of the Rings trilogy. That is one film.
That counts.
It does.
So it's one film.
It's one book, so it's one film, says Megan, the English teacher. It's just the best film. Are we okay?
I'm just gonna turn off these guys because they're like crazy distorted.
Oh, weird.
Parts as we go, yeah.
Okay, yeah, just,
unplug them, it switches to shotgun. We should-
well, here we go, just hit off on that.
Hello, everybody. While we're waiting, and we're back.
Hi. That happened, I guess.
Lord of the Rings trilogy.
Lord of the Rings trilogy, most influential Lord of the Rings trilogy.
Yeah.
It's the James Cannon oeuvre
Yeah.
is probably actually the most influential for me. I
I love that you just said.
cannot believe I just said the word oeuvre while wearing this hat.
Yeah, and
Are you trying to glitter me?
We're just throwing confetti.
We're
It's
going
not-
to-
We have to clean all of this up.
we're gonna redo our very earliest videos before we were sitting together in the same place.
That's true. Yeah, we did a whole series on the Lord of the Rings, and we didn't know what the show was, and we were trying to figure it out. And now we know what the show is, but we want to do those again.
Well, we were also separated by
we
time
were
and space,
by
and
COVID and all
Yeah,
sorts of
so
stuff.
we're
I was
gonna-
living in Los Angeles still. It was.
do you ever get into Psych? Did you ever get into that show?
I watched a few here and there. It
They
was
did
never-
something really bold in the last season. They remade one of the first season episodes.
Just remade it.
They just remade it and acted like no time had passed. Like the characters were obviously put on weight. They're obviously older. They just acted like it was season one. They just reshot the entire thing. They're like, we can do this better.
That's amazing.
So that's what we're gonna do with those episodes. And we're probably gonna talk like it's 2020 and COVID just hit. So
Possibly.
we won't. We should mask up.
No. We should
won't.
mask up.
We're never gonna relive those days. Heaven.
Oh boy, no.
Other questions? Are we looking at this camera now?
Does anyone else
Okay.
want to share their favorite movie?
Oh yeah, favorite movies.
I don't have a favorite, so.
Megan does not. Sophie, what you got?
Probably Dan in real life, or while you were sleeping.
Here, come closer.
I
Why?
thought you were sleeping is a perfect one.
While You Were Sleeping is fantastic.
It is.
This is a very
It has incredible writing.
So While You Were Sleeping and Dan in Real Life. Dan in Real Life, people sleep on that. It's wonderful.
They do.
Yeah.
I like them because they're both like happy family dynamics. That's probably why.
Or at least they get there.
Yeah.
Megan, none of the Jane Austens?
I'm just indecisive and I can't pick a favorite. That's all.
That tracks.
That's
yeah.
literally it. Yeah.
Yeah, I love Pride and Prejudice. I love Little Women. I love Princess Bride. I love most of Marvel. Like I just am indecisive.
Should we?
Now, here's the real question: Princess Bride or Stardust?
Princess Bride.
Still Princess Bride.
I do
The
love
OG.
Stardust. But
Heidi, get in here.
what's your favorite?
Heidi,
one?
come.
My favorite.
Come over here.
You know
Well,
what?
first, people need to know who you are. This
Hi.
is Heidi.
Heidi, what do you hide?
I run the membership sites, so everything that happens that you see on director's cuts and all of that, that's what I am managing. So
That's right.
yeah,
Keeps it ship shape. And
I'm Flash. That's my nickname, right?
no, she is. Of all the people on our team, she will get stuff done faster than anybody. And that's
It's because
it's
of
a heck of a
this.
title, honestly.
So, my favorite movie is actually Helena Bonham Carter and Carrie Elwes. back when I was 14, Lady Jane. And
I have not seen Lady Jane.
you know what?
But look at that cast.
It's a total lie. I mean, obviously, they butchered British history, but when I was in London, in 2007, I was at the Tower, right? So Lady Jane was beheaded. She was a queen for 9 days and beheaded.
Right.
And I was at the Tower of London, and the Yeoman Warder said, Lady Jane and her husband, Guildford Dudley, are buried behind me. And it was like my 14-year-old self went insane. And I was just like, oh my gosh! It was like this pilgrimage. And yeah, that was, I mean, all of high school. It was Lady Jane, popcorn, and Diet Coke.
That's awesome.
So,
Amazing.
yeah.
And we're glad Heidi's here. Heidi runs something called 100 Humanitarians. We won't really delve too much into it here, but check it out. Helping the needy in Africa, doing a lot of really, really cool work.
Mostly Kenya, right?
Kenya, yeah.
Just
but
opened up
we
in
just did Uganda. We expanded
Just
to
opened in
Uganda
Uganda
today.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
So,
Yeah.
this is so exciting.
Thanks, Heidi.
Yeah.
All right.
Next question for you two. Favorite childhood movie?
Ooh, favorite childhood movie. It's either, like, as a kid, it was either Return of the Jedi or Raiders of the Lost Ark. As I grew older, I grew to appreciate Empire Strikes Back more, of course. But as a kid, like,
As
Return
part
of
of
the
the Star
Jedi,
Wars oov.
Return of the Jedi is my second memory of my entire life. As a 2-year-old, going to the theater and sitting in the theater watching the Death Star explode. I remember this.
Yeah.
Still. And it's like, it's a core memory. I don't know what to tell you. And then Raiders of the Lost Ark is, of course, a perfect film. It's not, it doesn't edge out Lord of the Rings for me, but it's like so close that it's basically my favorite movie. So.
I already said Superman, so I'm going to go with Three Amigos.
Correct.
Three Amigos and Monty Python and the Holy Grail. And then everything 80s, you know, Back to the Future, E.T., all of that. Jaws, actually. Jaws was formative.
Jaws was huge.
Hey, let's have the kids say hi really fast.
Hey kids, come say hi.
Kids, come be millionaires.
Not you, kids. Where'd they go?
Where'd
They
they go?
literally just disappeared.
I'll go find them. The next request
Next
was,
request.
I believe it was Taylor, who requested that you sing a song.
Sing a
man.
song.
You
David!
never close your eyes anymore when I kiss your lips.
I love
There's
Top Gun.
no tenderness like before in your fingertips.
How far are we going with this?
We gotta hit the big ones.
That's
true.
You're trying hard not to show it, baby. But baby, I know it. You've lost that love and feeling.
Oh, that's...
Oh, that love and feeling.
I've lost...
That love and
yeah, no.
feeling, now it's gone.
We get it. We're good.
Whoa.
Next one.
So here's another really fun one. Someone.
I haven't had enough Mexican Coke for that, actually.
Okay, so someone
Takes a couple to get
suggested
him
that
lubricated.
for our million celebration, you film a lightsaber fight. With,
Oh,
like,
didn't they
visual
want
effects
like the
and
full
editing
shebang?
and a whole thing. So
Yeah.
Alan, explain.
So here's the thing. To have Jono and I do a lightsaber fight, like a 10-minute lightsaber fight, and like go all in. First of all, we definitely want to do that, but that's like, you know, a month or two of choreo. It's several days to shoot, like probably 5 days to shoot.
Or we could just use
We
these!
can just use these and go right now.
Oh,
I'm getting killed right now.
I have a lot of life rage!
They got really loud.
So,
Anyway, making a real lightsaber fight, big deal. Dorking around, not as big a deal.
priceless.
The kids are here to celebrate.
He is the traitor! Ah! Prequel quotes hurt Alan.
They hurt me deeply.
Whoa! Whoa!
Give me the lightsaber!
Whoa.
Okay, maybe not.
I am going to duel you! No, it's not turning on!
Oh my god,
I just
Audrey!
took it to someone 4
Yes.
inches taller than me.
Yes.
That's you, no problem.
It's not turning on!
Okay.
Hey
Alright,
kids,
shh.
How do you feel about the channel hitting 1 million subscribers?
Oh, the best smelly. Ow, that hurt.
How do you feel about us hitting 1 million subscribers, Benson?
I will kill you.
Oh,
Also, good job.
Thanks.
And also smelly. I do not want to get this. Goodbye. Dad, can I get a hat?
Oh,
Yes,
okay,
you can
okay,
do
you
that.
got me. I'm
Okay,
dead.
Okay.
Where are the hats?
Okay.
That's
All
it.
right.
Thank you.
Okay. No, we're done with confetti for now. Thank
There's a
you.
lot of confetti.
How do I turn it off?
Just
How
hold
about
down
down
the
top
button.
button? You can't even turn off the lightsaber.
Thing for them.
Ah!
Okay. Here we go.
Benson, that's
Sophie's
loud.
gonna tell them the next thing they have to do.
All right, next thing. Here we
What
go.
about, do you want the CT?
Thanks, sweetie.
I didn't
Okay.
prep them for this.
Party
Oh
hat.
yeah, kids get party hats.
Party hat.
Yay!
Party hat.
Give me Jimmy.
Party hat.
Okay, go enjoy the movie upstairs, guys.
Okay, someone wants you to do cinema therapy awards. So example, best example of a blank in a movie, best crying moment on set, funniest moment on set.
Oh.
Okay, what were
We
these?
should
What were
have
the
done
categories?
some homework on that.
Let's see what we can do for memory. Here.
Okay.
Where should I stand? What's my positioning? There should be tape on the floor, but there's not.
It's all glitter. This
Okay,
is gonna
first
be
category.
cleaned up.
Let's do best crying moment on set.
Best crying moment on set has got to be one of yours.
Why me?
Because I do it so much that it doesn't have any meaning anymore.
I think the very first. So we filmed Inside Out. We filmed 5 or 6 episodes of cinema therapy during COVID. Alan in California, me in Utah, and we just used our webcams. And we scripted the entire thing so it looked
So
like
it
we were
seemed
talking.
like we were talking to each other, but you would film a couple days before me, and then
Yeah,
you would do,
yeah.
like fake throws and stuff.
And then our first day on set, we did Inside Out. Was that the first
That
one?
was
we
the
did?
last one we did.
Was it?
It was the last one that day. We shot
'Cause we
3
did
or 4
Tangled.
other episodes that day, and then we shot Inside Out. And at the end of that, I'm just a wreck completely, which, I'd been crying already, because, of course. But, Jono loses it, and we had this big emotional thing, and we got to the end
And Brad
of
was
that.
crying.
Brad was crying,
Brad
too.
was running the computer monitors in the other room, and we could hear him sobbing. And we're like, "Keep it down, Brad. We're trying to film a show here."
That we wrapped that, watched movies, and I turned and looked at John, and I'm like, okay, we figured out what the show is.
Yeah. I was surprised though, because all through college, I really saw myself as the more sentimental of the two of us.
Mm-hmm.
Because you were not, at least outwardly, an especially sentimental person.
Yeah, I mean,
You were a lady charmer, and this kind of like bad boy, not super bad boy, but
devil may care.
yeah, a little
little
bit.
I tried to be.
And so I was sure. The irony is thick on this now, but I was sure that I would be the one who cried on the show. And then after we watched Inside Out, I'm like, nope.
Yeah, no, I knew what we were getting into.
But it's funny because I'd known Alan for a long time and we were really good friends, but you talked about how there's a side of you that comes out on cinema therapy.
Mm-hmm.
And as well as I knew you, I hadn't really seen that much of that side.
Yeah.
And now I've seen a lot of it. We've had to carry him off set a lot of days because
Because I just melt into a little puddle. You have to scrape me into a bucket. Yeah, what was the biggest laugh? We just had one the other day where I did something and you nearly threw up laughing.
was it the cookie pop-up monster?
Cookie Pop-Up Blocker was a good one.
But you said Cookie Monster,
I said Cookie Monster.
which was really sweet and innocent. No, there's one that I don't know that we are going to say on camera. About you being there for me and me being there for you. That was the darkest thing that has
the
ever been
darkest-
said, and I'm sorry, it's not going to come out.
No, we're not
But-
going to say that, but I killed you with it.
Oh man, yeah.
There was something recently we were doing
No,
an
just
ad
the
read.
last shoot.
We were doing an ad read and you guys were literally crying. We had to cut cameras.
Yeah, we had to stop for several
and
minutes
David,
to calm
David
down.
was losing it, trying to not laugh out loud because
you remember
we were
what it was?
recording.
Yeah, it was Jono saying he had to work with an idiot every day of his life.
No, what?
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah, I mean, you weren't serious. Because Alan kept messing up this line.
Oh, that's
so
right.
bad
I messed up
over and over
and it
again.
was a simple line,
Yeah,
and I
it was
messed
like-
it up 8
You
times
say
in a
it
row.
every month for better health, yeah.
No, I don't think I said idiot. I think I looked at you and I said, "Do you see what I have to work with here?"
Yeah,
I don't think I ever
most of
said
it.
idiot.
I'm pretty sure Alan referred to himself.
Yeah.
No,
That's
and
what
then
it was,
after
yeah,
that.
And
that's
then,
what it was.
then it was just everybody, including me, piling on me, and it got not actually mean, but kind of.
It's one of those things that if you watch the outtake, you'd be like, I don't see why this is so funny, but what it was is we had 3 filming days and everyone was kind of slap happy.
Everybody was slap happy and everyone hated me. Because they wanted to go home and I kept messing up the line.
That is half true. Nobody hated it, but we did want to go home.
Yes.
And he could not say the simplest thing.
Not say...
Well, so here's the thing.
Yeah.
Alan, I show up and we do the shoot and I have my notes and I'm like the clinical end and I do the therapy stuff. Alan shows up and he has to carry the filmmaking end of the actual show as we're co-hosts, but then he's also running the set, you know, and he's overseeing all the technical aspects.
Not
with
for much longer.
No, but even the creative team that you've brought aboard, they work under your direction.
Yeah.
And on shoot days, I work for Alan, and so he's overseeing everything. So what ends up happening is by the end of the shoot, his brain is just completely toast.
Well, and I'm also getting, generally speaking, more emotional than you.
Yeah, so
which is
you're
tiring.
Yeah, so you're spent.
So yeah, I just run out of go juice.
So just trying to do a simple ad read was.
I just get real dumb. I just get really dumb by the end.
Just yeah.
Okay.
Sophie, what do you got?
Which episode has had the biggest impact on you personally, and then which one has had the biggest impact on the channel?
Can I share one more award and then we can answer that question? Here's an award. Keeping Your Cool Award. The Lego Batman episode that came out this week. we had to film that 3 times. And we've never had to film an episode more than once. I mean, sometimes our episodes, you know, we wander down paths and we ad-lib and stuff, and it takes longer to finish an episode. But we've never had to, like, full reset.
Cut, go all the way back to the beginning and start over.
So we had a guest on that episode, Dr. Romani, and there were tech problems. We filmed an entire episode with her, and we couldn't use it.
Yeah, it just wasn't usable.
And then...
Which was really sad. She had a lot of great points.
And then, so we had to refilm it, and it wasn't going to work with her schedule to be back on, like, because we had to refilm it right, you know, the next day. And we got, was it halfway through filming it again?
We got slightly more than halfway through it, I think.
And then what?
It was about 20-25 minutes. And, like, you know, we're both pouring our hearts and souls into it, and we're taking stuff that we learned from our guest the previous day, you know, and we're, like, trying to work all this in. And we got in, and we realized that there was a technical problem with the cameras where we have a centralized thing where we press one button and it rolls all of our cameras at once. And we had done that, and they rolled for about 10 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
And then we just kept talking for another 20 minutes.
So imagine we've already filmed 10 episodes. We were going to film 2 more that day, and then a relationship course and ad reads and stuff. So we were packing it in, and Alan was furious, like vein-popping furious. And I'm like, oh, we're finally going to get to see Alan's Michael Bay, James Cameron, diva director moment where he treats people like garbage.
Why can't you guys do your job?
And it didn't happen. And he was super chill and super respectful. And I don't know what you did. Did you go upstairs for a while? What did you do to deal with that? Or did you just start filming with me again? I don't remember.
I think we just started over again because it was like we were so far behind at that point. I was just like, we don't even have time for me to go pitch a hissy fit somewhere where no one can hear it.
So we started that episode from the top, the 3rd time. And this is what makes me laugh. I don't know if you saw this comment this week. They said, this is the only episode I've watched where Alan looks sad the entire time. And I'm like, there's a reason for that. He was sad. He just really wanted to get on and be done with that.
I really wanted to be done. I wanted it to be over. I don't want to talk about Lego Batman anymore.
Okay, so episode that's impacted you the most and why?
Yeah, no, or which one has the biggest impact
biggest
on you
impact on you,
personally?
biggest impact on the channel. I mean, biggest impact on the channel, pretty obviously, Inside Out.
Inside Out and Tangled.
And Tangled. Those were our first 2 that we uploaded that were us together. They were the first 2 that hit and, like, helped blow the channel up. They still get tons of views. They're in our top 10.
Isn't Inside Out still the top?
Oh no, they're still number 1 and 2 overall views. But I'm saying, like, any given week, they're still in the top 10 of views. Like, people are still watching them. Great.
One that impacted me the most, I think, was our WandaVision one. That hit
WandaVision hit hard.
Yeah, WandaVision hit hard. And then we just filmed the Monster Calls, and that destroyed me too.
Yeah. I think the one that impacted me the most is one that has had 0 impact on anyone on the channel, the Terminator 2 episode. Nobody watched it.
Not nobody.
Not nobody. No, I mean a couple 100,000 people watched it. What am I complaining about?
Yeah.
That's nobody. I'm such a diva. Anyway.
I'm watching Modern Family right now with my wife at night, and there is a little bit of Cam and Mitchell in our relationship.
Very much so. Very much so. Yeah, no, the Terminator 2 one, Jono is not my therapist. That would be a conflict of interest.
It's a dual relationship.
It's a dual relationship. I have a good therapist who I really like. I don't go all the time, but like I'll go on and off when I'm really feeling like I need a thing. But the Terminator 2 one was just legit. I got therapy from you out of that. I came out of that episode a different person.
Yeah.
Just filming it. Like we shot for 45 minutes. And at the end of that 45 minutes, I felt differently about myself and my relationship with my mother.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
It was great.
Beautiful.
And
I
it's
guess
the only time you have hugged him when he was crying.
Yeah.
On camera.
On camera. Yeah. Usually, I just let him sit with it. Just let him sit with what he's done. See, this is how you know I'm his friend and not his therapist. I would never say that to a client. Well, and for me overall, there are a lot of times, like little moments in our episodes where I'll say something, and it's just like an actual therapy. I'll say something, I'll think, that's really good advice.
Hey, I should do that.
I should do that. Like why am I not doing that in my life? And so a lot of little moments like that. My favorite episode, honestly though, is another one that didn't get a ton of views, but was our Raiders episode, just because we cosplayed as Indiana Jones. And there's
the dumbest intro, and it's so much fun.
And there's a little bit of therapeutic meat.
There's good stuff in there, yeah.
But it's mostly us just geeking out about how great Raiders of the Lost Ark is.
Pretty much.
And I love that episode.
Yeah, there will be more like that. Because obviously most of what we do is to get the good therapy stuff out there, right? And then I sprinkle in little bits of, here's some filmmaking knowledge. But, every 6 months or so, we're just going to throw in one that's just for us.
Yeah.
We're just going to talk about a movie with, we're going to do Aliens. There's actually a ton of meat in Aliens that we can address. But I'm going to lose my freaking shit about Aliens because it's one of my favorite films of all time. And there's aliens in it.
We're live and there's no bleep button, so if you're watching with
children,
no, because Alan's going to get a little blue.
Whoopsie. I'm not.
And we're going to do a Firefly episode. I wanted to do 14 Firefly episodes, but we're just going to...
We toned it down to probably just one. Maybe two, probably one. Yeah, we actually were planning to do that for the 20th anniversary. We're still going to get it out by the 20th anniversary of Fox dumping the last episodes in January.
Yeah.
So in January we'll have a Firefly episode. Both of our favorite TV shows.
The episodes that take off, I mean, a lot of our viewership is female, about 10, 15 years younger than us.
Generally, yeah.
And so we are people who love the cinema, and so we love all sorts of stuff, including the things that our fan base loves. But we're guys from the 80s, and so we like 80s and 90s action films, which our fans are like, okay.
My dad watched that.
My dad watched that. So
that was my dad's favorite movie. Wow.
You guys, come have a seat, because we have a thing for you also.
We have a thing?
Wait. Go.
Gandalf's got glitter in his
I know, he was just rubbing himself in the glitter.
He's eating. Buddy, you're a star. Here, there you go. Yay! You got 1 million subs, bud.
It was all for him.
I love you.
Okay, come sit up here. We have some specific requests to do with
Oh,
popcorn.
Like
so
in the seats?
Yeah, come sit.
And then we have some announcements about how we're going to be celebrating.
We do have a big announcement about that.
Okay, so someone requested that you eat 1 million pieces of popcorn. I don't think that's going to be possible.
We already did a popcorn eating.
You did. But someone else requested that you do a mukbang of eating popcorn.
A mukbang of eating popcorn.
So...
Nobody wants to see us make a mukbang video, okay?
I don't even know what that is. What is this?
They're Korean videos where people eat, and you just kind of... for some people, it's like a sexual thing, but for most people, it's just like a, hey, I have somebody to eat with. So you just sit down and kind of eat your food with them, and then, you're just like... They're not talking or anything, it's just eating.
Listen, I have no doubt the Koreans can make it cool.
Listen, Koreans can make anything cool.
I doubt that we can, but...
We definitely cannot.
Okay, so for those of you who feel alone tonight...
Here we go. 1 million pieces of popcorn.
Mmm.
Wow.
Gandalf is so attentive.
He wants some of the popcorn.
Those eyes.
Come here.
We're gonna eat some popcorn. You
Oh
want
no.
some?
Found another one.
Yum. Note to self: eat with the other hand.
On the side of this.
Okay, we'll get it.
Eat with the
Okay,
other.
should we like make them see how much they can eat in a certain time period, or should we just let them not torture them?
We're not gonna do
No
that.
torture tonight.
We already did that one time, and I don't ever want to do it again.
Well, if you kids want to gather around, we'll tell you the story of cinema therapy and how it came to be.
Where you going out?
I don't know.
Some people did ask how the channel started. I feel like you talked about it a bit.
Address it before. Let's do
Well,
the
you talked
two
about it a
dinner.
bit
Yep.
tonight already.
Here's the 2-penny version. I am a therapist, and I love movies, and I'm obsessed with them. Couldn't leave them alone. Didn't know why. My wife says that if you have something that won't let you go, if you have a passion, it's there for a reason, right? And Alan and I he was doing a YouTube channel, and I was very impressed with how he is on camera, because it's not easy to talk to a lens. We've done it.
It's harder than you think.
Yeah, it's really awkward at first. And he was really good at it. And we'd already been looking for another shot at the glory days. And by glory days, I mean really cheap independent movie making that nobody saw.
Really cheap, meaning like $200.
Our first movie was $200. Our second movie was $15K.
Mm-hmm.
And we will pay those investors back.
Someday.
And so no, I knew that cinema therapy was a thing. Therapists use movies to help supplement, and I just had this idea just that came all at once of Alan and I doing a show on YouTube where we talked about movies, and we talked about how the principles could help people, and that this would be a way to reach and help a lot of people. And I just thought he'd be perfect for it because of his skills as a filmmaker and his skills on camera, and then just the chemistry that we have. So I reached out to him,
And that 2-penny version is now the $14 version.
well, it took like, but no, you say that when I told you, I was like halfway through the second sentence, and you're like, oh, okay, I'm in.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Jono called me on the phone from, you were like in Malaysia or something.
I was in Bali.
Yeah, Bali. Living with his family, and like so excited about this idea, he called me on the phone. We were chatting, and literally by halfway through the second sentence, I like cut him off, and I'm like, okay, A, I'm in. B, this is a channel that's going to have 1 million subscribers.
Mm-hmm.
Hey! I was right.
But he thought that would be
I thought
like,
it would take like 4 or 5 years.
by the time the channel died, we'd have 1 million subscribers. By the time we moved on to something else.
It's not going to. Okay. It's probably not going to die in 4 or 5 years. That gives us only 1.5 years left on the low end.
There are a lot more movies, you guys.
There are a lot more movies, and at least 3 more insights. So.
And then we talked about, we were batting ideas back and forth for the next 5 or 6 months while I was in Asia.
Yep.
And then I came home, and
Yeah,
we were,
you beat the pandemic by like weeks.
Yeah.
To get back to America.
And
then I got fired from my job, and the pandemic hit all at the same time.
Yeah.
And to keep myself from going insane, I called Jono up and was like, hey, remember that cinema therapy idea? We're doing it now.
Yeah. Well,
right now. Film your side and I'll film my side, and we're going to put one up next week.
It was going to launch like 3 or 4 months later than it did.
Yeah, we were planning to do it that summer, and we launched in... We started shooting in March.
But
we were planning to start shooting in like June.
You're like, I'm currently unemployed and stuck at home, and I need something to do, so let's get going.
Well, I'm feeling terrible about myself. Like, I had lost my job after moving my family to LA. It was a whole thing.
Those dark days.
You know.
Here's the funniest part, though.
Worked out.
Alan's like, hey, people are going to be stuck at home for the next couple weeks, so let's strike while the iron's hot. Because if we don't move on this, we're not going to have time. 5 months later, everyone's still stuck at home. And
well, because, you know, this was literally the first week of the pandemic when I called Jono. And, you know, at the beginning, we didn't know. We were like,
No.
oh, we're all going to lock down for 2 or 3 weeks. And we'll, you know, flatten the curve.
Mhm.
And then it'll all be okay.
Mm-hmm. I remember watching like some of our earlier videos and going, oh, that didn't age well.
Poor innocent
Yeah.
dummies.
So, but yeah, and then it was, and then for like 6 months, we kept cranking out videos, and we you know, you insisted on the 3-camera setup, which you held your ground on, which was a great call, and we were filming in the Goodman's basement, and
Yep.
and
We did 1.0.
and we were hoping that this would be something that a lot of people would respond to, but the big fear was that we'd be super niched, and that because we had 2,000 fans, 3,000 fans, and they were super passionate. And the most frequent comment we got was, "I don't know why this channel doesn't have more subscribers." And we're like,
We don't either, but it seems like it's not getting any more.
and Alan, back then it was literally Alan, Megan, Alicia, and I, and Brad.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
Brad
only helped out on shoot days.
Brad only helped out on shoot days. Alan did all the edits, and basically killed yourself for a year plus.
I mean, you know, it was a lot. We weren't putting out the amount, because now we do 5 or 6 a month, and we were probably averaging like 3.5-ish a month.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it was a lot. Like, I was working, you know, 80-hour weeks between that and my other editing stuff that I was doing. I cut a movie in there.
Well, and what people don't, because for me, I was fine. I mean, COVID hit a lot of people hard, but for therapists, it was great. People were stuck at homes with
Well,
their
and you were
families.
already a Zoom therapist before
Yeah.
the pandemic, so your work didn't even change. You just had more of it.
No, yeah, and so I was doing fine, but you had lost your job and you were doing cinema therapy pretty much full time while still looking for work, and just fingers crossed that this thing was going to take off, and that your family was going to.
It was a calculated risk, but also I literally had nothing else going on for like 5 months. And by the time we had gotten 5 months in, we had done enough episodes that we knew, okay, we have something really good here.
Yeah. So for those watching, why didn't you give Alan some money so his family could eat? I'm greedy.
Uh-huh.
No, you were fine.
No, we were fine. Like, we were really fortunate. We had unemployment insurance that took care of us, and then I picked up a lot of sort of online editing work.
Yeah.
And then again, in the middle of that, like in October of that year, I cut an entire feature film.
Yeah.
Well, half of it. I cut it with Brad.
Yeah. But it was high stakes there for a while.
It was kind of make or break.
And then Thanksgiving of 2020 hit, and I think that's when a lot of you jumped on. Some of you have been with us from the early days, but we watched our subscriber count go from 3,000 to 70,000, or
3,000 to 250,000 in 10 days.
Was it that high?
It was that high. 3,000 to 250,000.
Well, what's taken us so long since then?
I don't know. I'm really upset about it.
No, but it really felt like a miracle.
Yeah.
And we were calling each other all over that.
I mean, 2 or 3 times a day. We were just like, "Can you like?"
And it was, you know, it's a little on the nose that it happened over Thanksgiving weekend.
It's so on the nose. Like, if I were reading that in a script, I'd be like, "Come on."
That's schmaltzy.
Put it over Labor Day weekend or something.
But that was the weekend that I called you and we made the pact not to become a-holes.
Yeah.
Like, hey, so...
and it didn't work. We're huge a-holes. Do we have another question?
Yeah.
What's next? We're done?
You had some things you wanted to announce? And
Yes.
And just...
Yes. Thank 1,090,000 of you. This has got to be, I think it's
Do we want to show the camera again? Oh, it probably did stop updating.
Hang on, let me pull it up on my phone and see if we have a more updated.
Yeah, it hasn't changed in like a while.
I swear...
It's 1,146,000.
I swear, you guys trolling us, though, when we got to, 999, whatever the number is.
999. And then it dropped back down to like 981 or something.
That is the hardest I've ever been trolled in my life.
Oh my gosh, I can't. I just can't. All right, so the big announcement is we're going to throw a big party for hitting 1 million subscribers. And you are invited, all of you who can make it.
So I've been reaching out to Megaplex Theaters here in Utah. And we are going to rent a theater in September. So come September, we're going to film a bunch of episodes. I'm moving to Missouri this week, but I'll be back to film episodes, and then we're going to do FanX, which is Salt Lake Comic Convention. So obviously come there, support us, come to our panels. We'd love to get pictures, sign anything you put in front of us. Not worth anything, but we'll sign it. And,
We'll take selfies.
but we're also going to rent out a movie theater and have a 1 million subs party.
Yeah, so we'll watch a movie together and then we'll just hang out and like we will eat stupid amounts of popcorn. Yeah, like there'll be a cake, a big cinema therapy cake.
And we haven't talked about this yet, but I'm sure we can arrange to give away some merch, like for those who can't
for
be
sure.
there.
Yeah, we'll have some giveaways on.
We'll have some shirts and stuff we can mail you. We're working on. We know we've just had the shirts for a while. Megan, can we see the shirt?
It's the
Oh
shirt.
yeah. Where can they get the shirt right now?
Cotton Bureau?
It is on Cotton Bureau. We have that version and we have a Matrix one.
Yeah, the Matrix one was hidden. Was a hidden Easter egg in the Matrix episode, and the people who found it.
Yeah, about 20 people found the hidden Easter egg. Like we hid code in the subtitles.
In the subtitles, yeah.
Like people interpreted the code and went to the website like, I figured this out.
Yeah, the code was a URL and everything.
Yeah, it was really cool.
But now you can just go get our Matrix shirt. But we are working on new merch and
stickers and mugs.
Well,
all kinds of
okay,
stuff.
so here's a spoiler, but Cup of Alan's Tears. It'll be a mug that says Cup of Alan's Tears. We're not actually going to have him fill it for you. I mean, actually, what would be the going rate? You know, that would be...
That's a lot of tears.
So many tears. That's about half of one average shoot.
So we'll do another live from the movie theater. For those who want a road trip, double your pleasure, come to the movie with us, and then hang out with us at FanX at Salt Lake Comic Convention.
Yep.
And those who can't, we'll just do a live, and there'll be a giveaway for those who are watching.
So this will be the week of
September
19th?
Towards
the weekend, right? So like
Yeah.
22nd.
22nd is like the 23rd.
FanX is 22nd through 24th, I think.
So it'll be one of those nights.
Yeah.
22nd through the 24th. There will be more information coming on our social media accounts and on YouTube as a community post.
Also, we want to thank all of you who support the channel, share the channel, have been moved by the channel, keep us going with your comments. Really, we are kept going by your comments. We thrive on them. I feel like we need a little more love for, if you haven't watched this week's Lego episode, Sophie put a lot of work into turning us into Lego Batman. And I kind of expected everyone to blow up with that because we did when we saw, we're like, oh my gosh, it's amazing. So show Sophie some love because she deserves it. And we want to thank the rest of our team. We have people who work with us and for us and volunteer for us all across the globe. And a lot of them are watching right now. So thank you so much. We couldn't have got here without you either.
Yeah. I don't have anything else.
No, we're going to go have some cake.
We're going to eat cake.
We're going to let them eat cake and nachos and Mexican Coke. It's going to be a heck of a night. So thank you for joining us. We love you very much. And good night, everybody.
Here's to the next million.
That's right. Oh my gosh.
Press the go off button.
It's off.
Okay.